Hello, my name is James Magedman. I teach Advanced Graphic Design periods 4 and 7 this year. The students call me Mr. M. I'm going to begin by showing you this video. This was created for the Elective Fair. It shares with you what type of work we do in graphic design. All of the work you saw here were created by students last year. And so you can understand what they're going to do this year in advanced graphic design as opposed to last year. Last year, I taught them how to do things very specifically. Do it this way. This is how you do these things. This year is all about them getting projects, and the students get together in groups of 2, and then the entire class discusses it. How to do a project without me telling them what to do to create that project. So they start getting their minds working along the lines of what do I know how to do and how would I do this, and what don't I know how to do and how do I find out how to do this. The cell phone usage. At the very beginning of the class, I have the students put their cell phones away. Cell phones are allowed for educational purposes, but not personal purposes, and that includes them playing video games on their phones or texting with friends and sometimes family, I've noticed. With the family, I ask that parents and guardians do not text their students during class time. If it's an emergency, please contact your student by calling the main office. Center High is 916-338-6420. You can look that up on a browser, and I'll also post it at the very end of this presentation. If you call the front office, they'll ring me in here, and I always answer the phone in my classroom. I teach hard skills versus soft skills, or both hard skills and soft skills. The hard skills that the advanced students learn are continuing to use Photoshop and Illustrator. Then I add After Effects and InDesign. Soft skills are things that would help you be a great boss or be a great employee. And those things are like communication, collaboration, teamwork, being positive, all of that good stuff that people want in the office. Anytime I created an assignment for the students to turn in an assignment, they're broken down into there's assignments, and then there's a subcategory: assignments, quizzes, projects, tests. For all of those, I post them on Google Classroom. There's a due date at the top, required format. In this case, it's 5 image files. Image files are things such as JPEGs or PNGs. Then I list the points broken down into each line item, and I will say what that line item is worth. That way they know they could go through this checklist and make sure everything is prepared before they turn it in. Below that, I will actually explain how the assignment is done, and I would read all of this to the students in class and then teach them how to do it. At the very bottom, you see here example attached. I don't always do that, but quite often I will. So in this case, there's an example in the bottom right-hand corner. And most often I will put a rubric there as well, just in case they don't get 100 points. They could understand why they didn't get 100 points. The work rules of the class are there's a limited amount of late work that I will accept. Unlimited just is way too much grading on the back end for me, but I do understand that sometimes we miss our due dates. I've experienced that in the real world of website and graphic design. So what I have come down to is that they're allowed 4 late assignments per semester and 1 late project per semester. Those are all allowed 1 week past the due date. If there's an excused absence, such as sickness, an official excused absence through the attendance office, students will have 5 days to turn that in after they return to class, and that won't count against the limited late work. Finally, missing work marked as done. That is in Google Classroom. There is a button that when somebody turns in an assignment, they click mark as done or turn in. And sometimes I have noticed in the past that students will click this button without having anything attached, without actually turning anything in. They just click that button. And apparently it turns out that is to fool parents to say, look, I turned it in, parent, so it's done. Well, it's not done if there's nothing attached. So the first time that happens, I'll give them a verbal warning. And then after that, every time after that, I'll notify parents and guardians so that you can have a chat with them about that. Our expectations, teachers' expectations of students are to arrive on time, put their cell phones away, no computer games, focus on tasks, do not plagiarize, complete work, and be respectful. I also ask the students what their expectations of me are, and here are the top 7. Explain thoroughly, be understanding, be prepared, hope succeed, be patient, grade on time, and be respectful. When you see their final grade, it's broken down in a weighted grading format, meaning all of their assignments are worth 45% of their total grade. Assignments are formative, meaning they're forming these ideas. I want to make sure that they are forming those ideas, and those are the assignments. I'm teaching them, those are the assignments. Quizzes are also formative. Did they understand those ideas? Are they forming them? That's 10% of their total grade. Summative means that they've already learned it, they've formed the ideas, and now they have to prove to me that they've mastered it. Those come in projects, which are 25% of the total grade, and tests, which are 20% of the total grade. Finally, at the end of the year, they will have a certification exam, and that looks great on resumes and applications. That will actually be their final, their spring final. If you do want to contact me, please email me at jmagedman@centerusd.org or call Center High at 916-338-6420, and I will leave this up for a second if you want to write that down.